So everyone, good evening. This is your friend DustyBrickBrown, aka Al from the Comic Hall crew, and I am about to show you all my haul. So a couple of weeks ago on June the 5th, there was a convention, Atlanta Comic Con, and at that convention, I bought a lot of stuff. Let me just back up and say, first off, thank you for everyone that showed up tonight. Really appreciate you coming out. This is something new. Matt kind of started this trend last week, so we figured we would run with it to do a live stream for our haul. So, thank you for showing up. For those who will catch us on the rewind, I do hope that you enjoy the presentation, and I also hope that you enjoy the books and the merchandise and the paraphernalia and memorabilia that I show tonight. So I appreciate y'all. First and foremost, let me see who is in the chat. We have Mr. Larry Crocker. Let's see what this joker picked up. Hey man, you was there with me part of the time when you saw what I picked up, bro. And we have McDowell's Human Resources Department lurking in the shadows to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Well, I'm going to show some books and some other stuff tonight. So again, thank you for showing up and thank you for being here. I want to start this off by saying that I went on vacation last week to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Had a great time. There was a shop that I found. I only had an opportunity to go to one shop, and it was called Player's Choice. It was a comic book shop, and it also was an arcade. They had plethora of stuff. They had at least 40 long boxes. So if you're in the Myrtle Beach area on vacation, go to the Myrtle Beach Mall. It's called Player's Choice. Again, they had an arcade. They had comic books. They had pops. They had anime. They had manga. They had pre-owned retro video games. They had a crap ton of stuff. So check them out. I will be dropping a shop talk. We haven't done one of those in quite some time, but I will be dropping the shop talk video for that particular shop. So hopefully, if you're in the area on vacation or passing through, go by and check them out. It was pretty cool. So without further ado, I am going to start my hauls showing off some of the stuff that I actually got from Player's Choice. Now, I didn't really have a lot of time to patronize the place because I was recording video. I had two of my nephews with me, and they touchy-feely, especially my youngest one, which you'll see that in the video that I'm going to drop. That video should drop maybe Thursday or Friday evening, probably Friday evening, since we won't have a show this weekend. But nonetheless, I'm going to show a couple of things. Oddly enough, I only got 2 comic books from this place. So I picked up 2 comic books, 3 other pieces of merchandise. So as you all know, you can see a poster, part of the poster back there in the back. I'm a huge Godzilla fan. So my nephew picked this up and I couldn't pass on getting it. So when you come over to my place, Godzilla was over here chilling with me. My welcome mat is old and decrepit, so when I saw it was a no-brainer. I had to pick it up. So I got that from Player's Choice, and also got Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. Had to get him. I rock with Dexter and the Cartoon Network crew from back then. Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory, Ed and Eddie, Kids Next Door. Yeah, you see the gray, but I'm a huge cartoon fan. So I had to pick up Dexter. And I had to get my other homeboy, Jojo. Y'all know what time it is. So I picked those up from Player's Choice. And I got 2 comic books I'm going to show you. But y'all know how I normally do. I'm going to switch to my other camera in just a second. I'm going to get all this stuff right. We got new intros and all that kind of stuff. And this is my first time actually working this stuff. Shout out to Matt Odom for doing both the intro and the countdown. I believe he did them but if he didn't do them, they were dope, especially that music that was on the Coming Soon song. All right, so we're gonna start this off with an AOK that I was given by a fellow Comic Hall panelist, Sith2814.1. If you're in the chat, sir, I appreciate it. I want to give you a shout out for this. He actually made this a few years ago. This is, of course, one of my favorite superheroes, which is Shazam. He did it on a piece of, I guess it's plywood or boards. So I appreciate you, man. I don't know if I want to get Shazam wrote at the top, but I want to get your permission to do it. So I don't want to mess up nothing that you did. If you'd rather keep it this way, then I want to keep it this way. But what up, Remo? I'll shout you out in a second. But if you don't want anything up here, I won't put anything here. I figured his name in the old school way would be cool. So shout out to Chris, aka Sith2814.1. Check him out on Instagram. He actually did this for me like 2 years ago, and we saw each other at the Atlanta Comic Convention. So, but we got to do more better. All right, now on to the comic books. I got a good bit of books, so I hope y'all got some cold to drink, and I hope you got some Crunchy Munch or some pretzels or something, because I'm gonna be going through a few books here. First book I'm gonna show is the book that X had for me. Shout out to Xavier. It's just Nocturnal #1. He picked this up for me a long time ago, and I was just able to get it. So I got it the week of the Atlanta Comic Convention. So it's part of my haul for the Atlanta Comic Convention. Next two books I got from Player's Choice. The first one is the Justice Society of America #10. Alex Ross Goodness, of course. I collect this series. Back in the day, we had the Great Heist of 2019. Remo, Chad, what's up, Biggie Shaq? Glad you could join us. But this book I picked up from the comic book store in Myrtle Beach, Justice Society of America #10, of course. Alex Ross Goodness, written by Jeff Johns. A lot of folks don't know that the Black Adam movie is going to be heavily influenced by the Jeff Johns series of Justice Society of America. So if you're in a position where you could pick up some of those books, if you want to flip them, that might be the best route to go. I know that Black Adam, the Justice Society with Black Adam on the cover, it's shot up considerably. It's probably maybe a $40, $50 book. But yeah, I picked this one up, and I also got a second copy of this. Dig, if you will, the picture. So I really found that for a great price. I already got a copy of this book, but you know, I'm learning from Remo and I'm learning from Matt. When you see these books, even though I shot myself in the foot on one of the books that I got from the Atlanta Comic Con, and I'll tell that story, but I had reverse buyer's remorse on that one. But I saw this one and I wanted to go ahead and pick this one up. All right, so the next few books are going to be books that I got from the Atlanta Comic, or everything from this point forward is from the Atlanta Comic Convention. So been working on completing She-Hulk run. So I picked up She-Hulk 17. Now I'm doing something different this go around for my haul video. I normally go in sequential order from the least to the greatest, but I'm going backwards, and I'm doing that for a particular reason. But I got She-Hulk #17, Savage She-Hulk. She-Hulk #11, she's stretched out, about to succumb to something, I don't know. She-Hulk #10. She looks like she's fighting Christy Brinkley, but yeah, she getting whacked. She got rocked real hard. So She-Hulk #10, Savage She-Hulk. Yeah, this is gonna do it for my She-Hulk stuff. So we had a conversation a couple weeks ago, and Remo got me straight about a certain a certain situation. But needless to say, I've been picking up duplicates of Uncanny X-Men. Now the next two books I'm going to show, I already have these books, but again, I'm following the steps of Remo and Matt and picking up these multiple books whenever I see them. So I picked up a copy of X-Men 164, Carol Danvers when she transforms into binary, which Larry is still in the chat. This is the only way that I could really take Carol Danvers. Any other way prior to her current run as Captain Marvel, no bueno. Uncanny X-Men 157. Another book I already have in a personal collection, but I went ahead and picked it up. And let me just say, the deals that that I got for these books, all these books that I'm showing you, from She-Hulk up to actually the last book I got from someone else, I got from Earl to Pearl. I don't know if y'all watched our live stream shows prior to the Atlanta Comic Convention, but Matt mentioned Earl to Pearl. Earl to Pearl did not disappoint. He gave me a hell of a deal. And honestly, I want to spend more money with him, but I want to give other vendors a chance. Next book, never seen this book out in the wild ever. This particular book I had posted on the Comic Hall Crew a couple of days, about a day or so after the comic convention. But I picked this up. Uncanny X-Men at the State Fair, Texas. I have heard of this particular book, but again, all the comic book stores I've been to, flea markets, comic conventions, I have never seen this book. So this was a particular book that was apparently, of course, given at the Texas Fair, Texas State Fair. I don't know the particulars behind it. I know Marvel partnered up with the Dallas Times Herald. I don't know if it was a certain amount of people that had to be there. They were given the first 500 people got the book. Well, I got a copy and it is in really clean condition. So when I saw this, it was a no-brainer. I immediately jumped on this as an X-Men fan. Now I posted this on my page, IG DustyBrickBrown. I bought this one for nostalgia purposes, right? If you're my age, because I'm approaching senior citizenship, you probably grew up watching the Sid and Marty Krofft Super Show. So when I saw this particular book, hey Remo, man, you rub it off on me, brother. This book was a myth. Like I said, I've seen it a few years ago on the internet, but I've never seen that book in person. And when I saw it, man, my eyes got as big as tea saucers, coffee cup saucers, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm telling you, it's dope. But this right here, I kind of dropped the ball on this one. Hey man, I ain't ashamed to say it, bro. I'm half a century old. But I'm still in the video games and comic books. I think I'll be like 90 years old trying to play the PlayStation 19, you know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. But the Krofft Super Show was a show in syndication, man. They had shows, and they had shows on Saturday. Bigfoot and Wild Boy, Wonderbug, which is that Joker right there, the Doom Buggy. They had a show called Sigmund the Sea Monsters. Now, one of the most popular shows is probably going to be Land of the Lost. That was a Sid and Marty Krofft show. But this is actually Sid and Marty Krofft, or the Krofft Super Show #1. I didn't know that. I think I was with Larry at the time. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Matt. That show came on CBS. So I didn't know, because Larry was, I think it was Larry, maybe X was standing next to me, and I'm looking at the book, and the book is not numbered at all. There is no number on the front of this book. So when I'm putting everything in my app, shout out to CLZ, type in the new Krofft Super Show, and this book is issue #1. There was only 7 issues of this book. Buyer's Remorse #1. They had at least 3 other issues of the book, and I was a dumb dummy and didn't pick them up. I got to get out of that. So since there was only 7 issues of this, I'm gonna go ahead and try to pick them all up. I've not try to find out how much this is worth. Again, this was just for nostalgia purposes, because you know I used to rock that Land of the Lost. All right, this next book is probably the only modern book that I bought up there, but I got it because I think it's a key. It's the fourth print of Immortal Hulk #2. And I actually paid $5 for this. It was in the $5 box at Earl the Pearl's table. So I got a good deal on this one. I want to say, and Larry, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're still in the chat. This was Dr. Faust, I think his name was, some doctor. I caught on to the Immortal Hulk like way late, like in issue 18 or 19. So anything from like issue 1 up to around 18 or 19, I didn't catch. And I hate that, because the Immortal Hulk that I've read from 18 forward, I loved it. So I've been looking for some of the back issues. So if y'all know anybody that's selling issues 1 through 18 minus number 2, hit me up and let me know on IG. You know, Remo, I wish I could, man. I mean, Matt might have a bat phone, you know, because Matt, tell y'all something about Matt. Y'all probably, if you saw the show, if you didn't see the show this past Saturday, Matt's done business with this guy before. And as soon as we got there, Matt knew exactly where this dude was posted up before we even walked into the main atrium of the venue. So as soon as he got there, he made a beeline for his table. But the guy, Earl, he actually had books like on the opposite side that people, I guess, wouldn't actually had access to them. And he just started digging. And, you know, of course, he showed some of his fire this past Saturday. So if you didn't catch the show, check out the show. I think X showed some of his books as well. Dang, Mirimo, I keep messing up, man. I'm sorry. Mum's the word. I'm going to be quiet, okay? Evan St. Ward, good to see you, man. Thank you for joining us. And also, Christopher Jackson, thank you for showing Dr. Fry. That's who it was. And you said that too. I thought you were trying to say Fire, Evan. My bad. I'm sorry. But yeah, Dr. Fry. So that's the first appearance of Dr. Fry. All right. That's where I came back. Cool beans. Well, I need all of those. Plus, I need a couple in between. But yeah, I came in around issue 18, and I kind of regretted it because Al Ewing is a great writer. So let's see here. Well, I know the name. It's Earl. Matt, if you got his information, I hit him up. I didn't even think about that, Remo. Good looking out, brother. But yeah, I picked up this one, and like I said, this was the only modern age book I picked up. All right, so this next book was a book that was actually A-OK to me by Sean. Shout out to Sean if you're in the chat, man. I appreciate it. But I found the copy of this book. Now, for some strange reason, I picked up a duplicate of this one. But I think at some point in time, I'm going to go ahead and say it. This book might actually have a little buzz behind it with the Black Adam movie coming out. There's, of course, been rumors that Superman in some capacity is supposed to show up as the end of the Black Adam movie as a cameo. I don't know. You know, we have to take that kind of stuff with a grain of salt. But I'm assuming if they're bringing Black Adam into the DCEU, at some point or another, they're going to more than likely have Superman and Shazam, Captain Marvel team up to fight him. If they did that Superman, Shazam, Return of Black Adam, they just need to do that and just make it out of a full-length movie. And it was dope. It was just short. Oh yeah, and at some point in time, we are going to have a show, a live stream about the we're going to rank the DC animated show, or movies rather, because they got a lot of them. Okay, so next is the Avengers. So I picked up a few Avengers books. Avengers 264. Avengers 236. And Avengers 176. I'm working on completing the Avengers run from issue 100 to 400. Being that I'm working on the full run of Uncanny X-Men, I dare not try to collect all of the Avengers. I'm not rich, you know. If I win the Powerball, yeah, I'll do it. But other than that, you know, I'll just stick with that. Okay. So that answers that, Remo. He only does that show no website, whatnot, or anything. So I'm just gonna have to catch him the next time we go, which, you know, is cool. Oh yeah, that if you're talking about that Superman Shazam, that is an undervalued book. Very undervalued. All right, Remo, man. Appreciate you stopping by, man. You take it easy, brother. All right. More Avengers goodness on the way. Avengers 170. Avengers 174. Avengers 171. Avengers 167. And Avengers 166. So I got these for a really good price. So, and all these came from the gentleman Pearl. All right, next up, switching gears, we're gonna go with my boy, like the placemat that I showed, or the welcome mat. Huge fan of Godzilla, so I actually picked up 2 Godzilla books from another vendor. I stand corrected; these didn't come from Earl, but it was from a vendor across from Earl. Godzilla number 7. Godzilla number 7. That is a Shogun Warrior in the back, Red Ronin. They had a toy line back in the day, and they had their own series with Marvel too. And Godzilla number 6. I got about 5 more issues to go before I have that run. I think this only ran like 25 issues or so. All right. Next up is What If. I collect What If comic books, and Volume 1 and Volume 2. And for Volume 1, I'm only short 9 issues now. Getting the A-OK from Brother Larry, that's going to really take a load off of what I need to complete that run. Appreciate that again, Larry. But the What If books I picked up, these are from Earl to Pearl. What if the world knew that Daredevil was blind? Number 7, what if someone aside Spider-Man had been bitten by the radioactive spider? Now, at any point in time, these books could probably jump up in price. If any one of these people on this book gets bit by a spider, in the main Marvel continuity, we're going to see a What If number 10 again. What if number 6, where the Fantastic Four had different superpowers? Number 5, what if Captain America hadn't vanished during World War II? Nah, you're right. You can't go wrong with the Avengers, B. What if number 3, what if the Avengers had never been? All right, Evan, appreciate that, man. Thank you, sir. I will check that out as soon as the live stream is done. Thank you. So these are my What If hauls for that particular convention. Again, I'm only short like 9 issues before I have that run completed. So next up is Marvel Team Up. I got a good ways to go before I complete this run, but I got most of the keys, with the exception of the Mockingbird key and that dang Frogman. Thank you, She-Hulk, for jacking the price of that book up. But I did pick up another copy of Marvel Team Up 150. That's the last issue. It has my homies, the Uncanny X-Men. Issue 144. Moon Knight. 101. Spider-Man and Nighthawk. 98, Spider-Man and the Black Widow. Number 83, Spider-Man and Nick Fury. Number 54, Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk. That's how my nephew used to say it, incredible instead of incredible. Number 46. Take these down. Luther Manning, aka Deathlock. Number 36, Spider-Man and the Frankenstein Monster. Number 20, Black Panther, Spider-Man. Number 19, Spider-Man and Kazar. Congrats on getting that GSX. That is still on my list to get. Used to have that book a long time ago and sold it, and wish I can go back in time and choke myself to death. But everything happens for a reason. I got a few more Marvel team-ups. Number 13, Spider-Man and Captain America. Now we're getting into the single digits. Number 5, Spider-Man and the Vision. Number 4, Spider-Man and the X-Men. Picked up a second copy of this, Spider-Man and the X-Men. Now, for those that don't know, and I'm about to drop a little knowledge if you don't know, this particular book right here is the key. And the reason why it's a key, yeah, good jelly right here was the Smuckers. But this right here is the key. And basically what it is that this is the first appearance of the new giant size X-Men team outside of Uncanny X-Men. So their first appearance outside of the X-Men book was this book right here, Marvel Team Up. So if you can find that book, you might want to, get you a copy or two if you can. I've seen it sell anywhere from around $15 up to about maybe $30 or $40. But the guy that I got it from, man, he gave me a bulk price on everything, which was cool. Yep, John Byrne. All right. Next up, Marvel Team Up Annual, number 2, Spider-Man and the Hulk once again. Number 4, Spider-Man Team Up Annual, Moon Knight, Iron Fist, Power Man, and Daredevil. I'm only missing one issue to have the full, all the annuals for Marvel Team Up. And Marvel Team Up number 1, Spider-Man and the Human Torch. I was elated to see this one, so I snatched it up. It's got a little spine wear on the side over here, but I didn't care. I mean, if I get a better copy, I do. This one's in pretty good shape, minus the cover. So, I got number 1. This book is kind of hard to find, so, when I saw it, I jumped on it, so. All right, we're almost done. I picked this book up. There was a second. Well, I actually do have 3 copies. I should have got all 3 of them, but I didn't. And I have regrets in not getting them. Machine Man number 1. I'm on this kick where certain 70s and 80s books that I'm trying to pick up and collect. This is my very first Machine Man book. Jack Kirby. Cover. I don't know why I didn't get the other 2, but I should have. So, hopefully I can come across another copy or 2 of Machine Man, pick those up so I can put them up. But yeah, I kind of hate I didn't get those. All right. So I am down to my last two books. The next one is actually a Copper Age book. I'm a fan of Shazam. I saw this one. Got this one from the same vendor that I ended up getting those Godzilla books from. But Shazam number 14. 100 pages for 60 cents. That is unheard of. So yeah, got a really good deal on that one. Last but not least, Matt and myself are actually, we've been talking about Golden Age books, and he is a Golden Age master. He picks up a lot of Golden Age stuff. So I don't know why I hadn't picked up as many of these books that I should have, considering I'm a fan of the character. However, that's about to change. So picked up my second Golden Age Captain Marvel, which is Captain Marvel 83, and that price is correct. For some reason, you know, a lot of these books are really undervalued, especially for Captain Marvel, aka Shazam. He's like Rodney Dangerfield. He doesn't get any respect. So but needless to say, I'm going to start picking them up as soon as I get them. I'm going to send this one off to CGC probably within the next couple of weeks, along with a couple of other Golden Age books that I have. So yeah, if you see these out in the wild, they're severely undervalued for some reason. You know, these books 60, 70, 80 years old in some cases, but $50 for a very good copy, you know, can't go wrong with that. So all right, but that is actually it for my haul. I'm glad that everyone showed up. You have to please forgive my sweat. I'm sweating profusely. It is hot upstairs, but nonetheless, I enjoy showing you my books. If you're not a subscriber of the Comic Hall crew, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a cousin. Anybody likes comic books, we have live streams every 2 weeks or every other week. We also do haul videos, and like I said, this is something new that we're doing to try to gauge the reaction of the crowd. We had a good bit of people in tonight, so thank you all for showing up. Again, I will be doing a video for the comic book store that I went to up in Myrtle Beach, Player's Choice. That will drop either Thursday or Friday, so turn your notifications on. The next time Comic Hall crew comes back, we will be talking about, we'll actually be ranking our the DC animated movies. So we'll be ranking them kind of like our Marvel TV show live stream we did a couple of weeks back. So if you didn't check that out, check that out. We had some real lively discussion for that. But that is about it. Just keep in tune with what we're doing. We're going to have some more people doing some haul videos, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So everybody, thank you for showing up. Really appreciate it. With that being said, my name is Al. Thank you, Chad, aka DustyBrickBrown. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about all of them, man. Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, which is one of my favorite ones. Yeah, we're gonna talk about them all, Evan. So like I said, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, and we will be digging deep in the trenches when we get that particular show going on, because we have a lot of opinionated DC fans on the panel. But with that being said, Al, aka DustyBrickBrown, I am out the door. You all take it easy and have a good night. Peace. Wrong one. Oh my God. Let's do this again.